So go to iTunes and get the Opie and Anthony podcast. The link is on our Facebook page, right, E-Rock?
I believe so.
Opie and Anthony on Facebook and, I don't know, all the other places you can get podcasts, right?
Radio.
They're trying to say obesity is a disease now? I'm a little confused by this one.
Why'd you go to that right after you
Oh, the E-Rock?
spoke to E-Rock? That's not even...
E-Rock, do you think you have a disease?
Oh, boy.
No.
Huh?
No, Roland was trying to be funny.
What was he just saying?
I think, what did you say? Asperger's.
Roland is just...
He blurts out the name of something. Asperger's.
Asperger's.
Yeah, I guess they decided, the American Medical Association, some bunch of doctors hanging out at some fucking convention, and they decide, obesity is a disease. Classified as a disease officially.
Yeah, but we were just talking about it right before the show, and how do you determine if it's a disease or if it's someone that just doesn't feel like fucking taking care of themselves? Because I think there's a line there.
Yeah.
I believe there are people out there that cannot, if they did everything, look, like that big bitch on CNN.
Oh, my God.
Holy fuck, she's got a disease.
Giant woman.
There's no way she could be a small woman, right?
No.
But then there's others that just choose not to live a healthy lifestyle. So is that a disease, too? Because they choose not to eat salad?
Yeah, it's
or
really,
eat properly?
It's a very weird classification. Because
like, how are they going to decide that? How are they going to determine that?
I don't know what they said alcoholism was many years ago, and the drug addiction. I don't know what classifies them. Like what they say makes the disease.
Right.
Maybe the physical thing that happens.
I think it's a symptom of. It could be a symptom of a disease, like if you have a thyroid problem, shit like that.
Right.
Digestive problem, whatever the fuck, metabolism, and then you get big. That's like an issue. But if you're just some guy that loves going to the fridge constantly and pulling out goodies.
Yeah.
How are you going to say that's a disease?
I'm trying to eat even better, and I was struggling last night.
Do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym.
Eating better?
And I was trying to eat I was trying to eat perfect yesterday. But then it was time for sugar.
Oh, it's time for some goodies.
And I was able to push that fucking craving down yesterday, but I'm not going to win today.
Snicky snacks.
But it's hard, is what my point is.
I've been eating pretzels lately like I shouldn't, and I said, what am I doing? I fucking went and got carrots. I don't want carrots. I want pretzels, but I can't eat them.
Pretzels?
You got to tell yourself no.
And
it's not easy.
Bandit last night.
I love a good pretzel.
Was I shoving pretzels in my fucking maw last night? To the point where it feels like you got a softball in your throat. You're like, I think I need to take a sip of my drink now.
Oh, my God.
To wash down this big pretzel ball in my fucking esophagus.
Are you all bloated from all the salt?
This is terrible.
We're a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
A bunch of
We
young
really
ladies.
are a bunch of girls.
My nickname is Pretzel Boy.
Oh, yes, of course.
Every other radio guy shoves donuts down their faces and don't give a fuck and don't ever talk about it.
Terrible.
Well, of course, we got people already calling about the obesity thing. Lawrence, Texas.
Lawrence?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
That name sounds like royalty.
Are you royalty?
Yeah, see.
All right, very good. Nice, yeah.
I don't think obesity should be a fucking disease. But
uh-oh.
Like if you overeat, say your diet is heavy in McDonald's, you could get addicted to food, just the sugars and shit. But I don't think obesity itself should be a disease.
It is more than, in all honesty, as much as I get annoyed sitting next to a fat guy on a plane, it is more than just quit eating fatso. There is more to it.
For some.
Yeah.
So how do you determine that? Is Governor Christie a guy that has a disease or he can't eat properly? Because I've seen the old pictures of the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had a normal frame for a while there.
Yeah. But wouldn't food addiction be the disease and obesity be the symptom of food addiction?
I think it's just
that's what they're saying.
the symptom.
Right. That's what we're trying to figure out today.
That's probably what they're saying. The addiction, because the addiction part I get. So that's probably what they're saying is that the obesity is what happens.
No, they're saying it's disease. The obesity part's the disease. Weird.
But why is the addiction part, tells your brain that you got to butter your steak before you throw it in the fucking...
that's
throw it on the grill.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, it depends on the ingredients, man. Like caffeine or sugar, those are addictive properties.
Yeah,
but like
Yeah, but butter in the steak, that's...
But seriously.
It's a disease called delicious-itis is what it is. Holy fuck, that's good.
Or I'm gonna eat a salad, but I'm gonna fucking drown it in, dressing. That's more calories than the actual fucking salad.
God, I love a good dressing.
Where's the line?
I think
you just got a weak will.
I think it's also that this, whatever that does for you mentally, like whatever, like when you eat like fucking cheesecake, that fucking, it's the chasing of that feeling, because that's all it is that feeling that it gives you.
And then immediately after you swallow, you start crying and you take a rape shower. I can't believe I ate the cheesecake.
Why do I do this?
Right. And then there's the other side where I can't enjoy anything, right?
Why can't our brains calm the fuck down?
Yeah.
Like I see the shit that comes in here and I go, I could do it, and I eat it, and then immediately I'm like, what did I do that? All I had to do was go, get this out of the fucking studio. All right, that's a great phone call there, Lawrence. Unbelievable. You really got us going today.
He had me worried. He had me worried at the beginning of that one.
Yes.
He finally got his thoughts together.
Personal trainer who deals with obese clients.
What?
I'm not saying it's not a disease. My whole point is, like, where's the line where, you got to kind of do the right thing?
Yeah, I don't think you can lump them all into one thing. I think even with addictions, I think it's like being gay. There are people that are gay and they're born like that. You can see when they're fucking 2 years old, it's like, whoa.
Right.
They're gay. And then there's other people that I think are attracted to the lifestyle and become gay. They're like, I want to be gay. And I think addiction's the same thing. I think there are people that have some kind of a fucked up thing in their head that makes them do something. And then there are people that just enjoy doing something so much that they just do it.
Right.
So I don't think you could lump everyone in one little category there,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's, because I believe the alcoholism, and again, a lot of people question that. But they classified that many years ago. And, I don't know exactly, even with alcoholism, what the medical profession says is...
That it's awesome?
Yeah. It's classified. It's just it's considered a fun. But Dr. Steve would probably know much better than we would.
Yeah.
We should ask him what
pour fluid down your mouth.
This is such a disease. I use your cheesecake or something instead of aspirin.
Jesus Christ.
Stupid Dr.
Obesity. OCOD and obesity.
Justin in Florida, help me out here, brother.
How come he's not just out?
What's up, Justin?
Hey, guys. I agree with what you're saying, that it's an individual thing. I work with a lot of obese clients as a personal trainer and health coach, and the average person you see just walking around and needs to lose 30 or 40 pounds, they're considering them to be obese. But I don't think that per se is the addictive side. I'm talking about people that you see that are 300-400 pounds.
Whoa.
I got clients that tell me, like, they're driving by a drive-thru. They know they shouldn't go there, but they can't help themselves. They pull in. They are sitting there the whole time after they order. They're like, should I just drive away? I don't want to do it. But they can't pull themselves to drive away. They eat the food, and then after they eat the food, they feel so bad about it that they medicate themselves with more food until the point where you can actually even throw up blood because you've eaten so much, and you're at serious health risk. How can that not
amazing?
That sounds terrible.
For me, I just over the years, I just try to keep the shit out of the house. But now with the young kids, it makes it tougher. But I know if I'm in a car, that tick to eat sugar or something like that's not that healthy.
Yeah.
I could drive by, the fast food joints and all that.
There's a lot of steps you have to go through when you're on the road to actually get the shit into your mouth.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that goes on with people. Where they're driving, they see the fucking drive-through, and they're shaking like, oh, fuck.
When you're home, if it's sitting right there out there on the counter, it's very easy to just shove it in your face and go, oh, fuck, what am I doing?
Right. I feel like I'm not going to eat bad if I'm in a car.
Yeah.
Huh?
You could go into a room with people, and every person in that room has a problem. Some people are gamblers, some people are alcoholics, some of them cheat on their wife.
Could be one guy.
His name is the life of the party.
obesity is the one thing that they have to wear like a scarlet letter. You can never hide it. Everybody knows about it. And the people that are super obese, the people that are really heavy, they're very sensitive and very insecure that they're being judged every day. And that just fuels the problem even more.
It really is. I'll say this, too. I've gotten a little, like, I've judged them very harshly, and it probably shouldn't have because... You know, I know it's a hard one, and like when they bring donuts and stuff in here for us or food, like literally there's times where I want to have one, but I'm like, if I have one, I won't be able to stop. Like I know, I'm afraid I'm gonna binge. Like normal people can have a donut or go like, oh, you know what, maybe I'll have a half a donut and stuff. But like I'm afraid if I have a half a donut, I'm gonna fucking binge all day. It's like maybe that's because I'm.
But you're able to push that. You're able to push that urge down.
Yeah, but that fear is. I don't know if that's really normal to have that fear of I'm going to binge.
A lot of these really obese people that you see, if you talk to them, they've had some sort of tragedy in their life.
Tragedy.
They've had some kind of like major thing that's happened that made them turn to food, and they just chose food instead of like alcohol.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man.
Can we acknowledge that we've all had tragedy?
Right?
I mean,
stop already.
I think every
you're
single
right.
person, if you're living a life and you make it a bunch of years, you could point back to tragedy.
Nothing worse than watching those hoarder shows and hearing, well, it was back when I was 8, and my father and mother split up, and... Oh, yeah, so you have to fucking shit on your own stairs. Yeah, that's perfect. Exactly. Everyone has some tragedy.
They had tragedy in their life excuse. I think just living...
Right.
That's part of living. You have tragedy.
Jesus
you really do, and it does affect you, sure, but to use it as an excuse, suck it up.
Always an excuse.
Fuck.
Ugh.
Yeah, we all handle it differently. Some of us handle it okay, and some of us barricade ourselves with weapons and don't cry since 1995.
I'm not saying there's not problems because of the tragedy, but I guess my point is there's people that think they're the only ones that had tragedy in their life. I think the majority of people listening to our voices right now had tragedy in their lives.
Yeah. Actually, anyone who feels compelled to listen to our voices,
especially this crowd,
it's tragedy as they're listening.
Exactly, they're getting it right now.
My favorite one was the Snapple lady. She was on that Celebrity Fit Club. I can't get enough of what she said. She used to be... thanks, brother. I'm going to let you go. She used to be a pretty normal-sized girl, whatever. And then her parents brought home another kid. They decided to have another kid.
Right.
And that's what sent her down the road of overeating.
I was always the #1 child. And then my parents had another child, and I wasn't #1 anymore. Yuck.
What?
Wow.
That's reaching for an excuse, right?
That really is.
If you can find the clip, it makes me laugh every time.
That really is.
It might be a tough one to find.
Yeah.
It's the Snapple lady. We got a doctor's opinion. I'm starting to believe there is a disease thing here, but my point certainly is, where is the fucking line? Yeah. Where you can take care of yourself and you know it's not a disease, and or you fall into the disease category.
Yeah, I always think like you get somebody with cancer going like, oh, you know, I should really lay off the cancer today. And then it goes away because you're not fucking going to the store and buying more cancer. Like that to me is a fucking disease, and it should piss them off to no end when people are sitting there shoving food in their face, and then that's classified as disease. Go fuck yourself.
Technically that would be equal, right?
Yeah.
They're both diseases.
Oh, boy. I really need to stop going to Sam's Club and picking up those cases of heart disease.
Let's go to Dr. J.
Ooh.
Yo, good morning.
Hello. What's up, Mr. Irving?
Yeah, how's it going? Listen, newsflash, obesity is not a fucking disease, all right?
And
and I'm a doctor, yeah. Here's the deal. A disease is defined by a set of signs and symptoms. For example, if you've got hypertension, high blood pressure, you've got small vessel changes in the eyes and the kidneys, and the numbers are high on the blood pressure cuff. Obesity is not a fucking disease. Obesity is people that can't control themselves. Now, obesity can lead to type 2 diabetes, which is a disease. You've got a bunch of guys in Washington that sit around in their bow ties, and they come up with opinions, and they don't practice, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, all right?
Nation of Islam?
Obesity, overeating is just like drugs and alcohol. It's not a fucking disease. It's called taking control of your life.
Okay, so you're from the school of thought that none of those things are a disease.
That what?
You're kind of from the school of thought that none of those things are a disease.
I do not believe they're a disease at all. No, I think they're a sign of something else.
Okay. What do you think they're a sign of?
I beg your pardon?
What do you think they're a sign of?
I think it's a sign of, for example, someone who drinks too much or uses drugs too much. That's simply a matter of they've got problems in the past that they haven't dealt with adequately, or they have problems in the present, and they're using the substance as a crutch to deal with their issues. I'm depressed. I've got a fucked up marriage. Let me smoke some dope. Let me put a needle in my arm. Let me drink a fifth of Jack, and let me get rid of my problems and drown them. Guess what? When you get sober, the problem hasn't gone anywhere. And that's why a lot of people, when they use a substance, whether it's alcohol, drug, and I think, listen, I'm a libertarian. If you want to smoke dope or drink, you don't hurt
Dewey
anyone,
Decimal
do what you
System.
want, you know? But here's the deal. If you use a substance, you get high. When you're sober, the problem is there. You need to get counseling. You need to grow up, be a fucking man, and deal with your problems, okay? I don't buy this shit that I'm an addict, I can't help myself, poor me. Another thing you all got to realize, and all your listeners, these diseases, it's big fucking business. Look at the addiction centers out there. It's $1 billion fucking business, and nobody understands that. I'm not going to mention names. Look at the clown on TV who wears the blue scrubs, sells books. It's big fucking business. That's what it is. Look at pharmacy.
There's a bunch of them.
Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz. Yeah, right. Dr. Oz.
Yeah, he's up there with Dr. Phil, you know?
I love when he's diagnosing people on the stage. Yeah.
You know, your wife loves you. It's all common fucking sense. People can take care of themselves.
I don't know.
Common sense.
I don't, you know what, though? Honestly, it's like, I don't know if common sense is like, I don't know if that's, if someone's shooting heroin, I'll even say something like that, or in that type of a fucking thing. I don't know if it's just, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Chin up, fella.
My dad used to say that one all the time, too. Common sense, Joseph. Basic common sense, Joseph. My brother would be like, I don't even know what that is.
Only because...
Fucking 5. Stop.
Only because the results are the same for so many people. Like, everybody winds up in the same place with that stuff. It just seems like there's a little bit more to it than that.
And they do wind up in the same place. And I'll grant you that when you're under the influence, when you've got it in your body, some people can't just stop cold turkey and kick it. But when you got the heroin out of your body or the alcohol or whatever... It's not a physiological dependence at that point. It's a matter of taking a look at your life and asking yourself, why am I using this fucking shit to excess?
Right. Okay.
Okay? When you're under the influence, yeah, you have no control. I've got a lot of friends that have had addiction problems. They've been there, and they can't stop. But once they get into treatment and they've detoxed, and they're 20 or 30 days down the road, and they get into therapy, and look, if AA works for you, great. If cognitive behavioral therapy works for you, great. If just say no works for you, great. But once it's out of your body, there's really no reason. There's not a demon in your body that's making you take that pill and shoving it down your throat. It's your own personal choice.
It is a personal choice to pick up, absolutely. Although there's more to the mental part of it, and I'm not saying it's an excuse because I haven't done it in many years, and you know, so believe me, I'm not saying I'm driven and forced to do it at all. I'm lucky I have a choice.
Yeah.
But there is more to it than my mind just going. Go ahead, do it. It's a really weird mental state you get into where like what insanity is it that tells me to do it even though I know it's like I never have an urge to stick my hand in a toaster. Like never, because that's self-destructive and crazy. But like these other weird things, I have this obsession to do sometimes. Not necessarily drink, but the other stuff. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with me that I have this obsession even if I don't do it?
That's right. And you've been, I don't know if you've been down the road of substance abuse, okay? But I can tell you personally, I have.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that in most cases, I think virtually in all cases, it's a matter of having issues in your past or your present, and you use the substance to ease the psychological pain. You know? You've got to face the demons. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
I kind of feel weird when I don't buy it sometimes when diseases are geographical either. Like, okay, you got like anorexia. You don't find anorexia in like third world nations. You find it here in the United States more than anywhere else, among usually very wealthy families, young girls in wealthy families like that. Now they consider it a disease, but how could that be if it's not? If it's very geographical.
Yeah. Although I will say you don't see Ebola in too many places either.
Well, that's true. That's true. A little of that Ebola.
Yeah.
But alcohol, the thing with alcohol or drugs or any of that stuff is you do see like these recovery things. And I went through it when I was really young. I mean, you might have had a much longer history with it than I did. But it's the same all over the world. Like, whether it's in Russia or, cause I know people that have traveled and gone to meetings in other places and they're like, it's the exact same.
Wow. The Russians are crazy. They love a good fucking
they certainly
bender.
Do. So do we Irish.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
We Irish. Guys, I got to get into the office.
All right.
A couple of things.
All right.
Have a good fucking day.
Thank you.
All right.
Great phone call. Thank you, Dr.
Although
J.
I will thank Dr. J, but I feel bad for anyone who's got like a real issue. Hey, doctor, my chest. Yeah. Well, don't be such a cocksucker.
Yeah.
Quit smoking, dummy.
Suck it up.
He tells it like it is.
Yeah, Dr. J is not a good side. He's the Club Soda Kenny of bedside manners.
Yeah, he doesn't play.
No, right to the point.
Oh, I think I gotta blow my nose.
Lucky my nose.
Here are the phone calls. These fat fucks don't have a disease. Gambling is a disease.
My accountant
That
comes
person.
in.
You want to talk to him?
Yeah, because that's the same thing.
Who are you, buddy? Ray, it looks like.
Borgata Ray.
Borgata Ray.
Oh, you could call me Ray.
Yeah, what's up, Ray?
Why Borgata? Why Borgata Ray?
Because I go down to the Borgata all the time, and that's a disease.
You were you the one tweeting the pictures at the blackjack table?
Yeah, I was sitting at the table.
Yeah.
On the $100 chips and
what's that?
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah, he got me all fucking wound up. He's like, "Hey, check out where I am." I'm like, "God, I want to go there."
Yeah, I think gambling's definitely a disease. When you're at that table and you just, especially when you're losing, you're chasing money, you just feel compelled to throw more and more money out there. And fuck these fat people. Tell them to stop putting the greasy French fries and pork chops in their mouth.
So wait,
but Jimmy would say it's very similar.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's that chasing. And I think food's even harder than gambling because you have to eat to survive. Imagine if you had to gamble to survive. Like, imagine if when you woke up, in order to survive, you had to fucking go and play 3 hands and stop. Like, that's what it's like for people with food addictions, man. It's a fucking, I think it's the hardest one. Sex is really hard because everyone thinks sexually, but food is I'm like, I don't fucking envy people with that one, man. That's look at Bobby Kelly, our friend Bob, who's struggled with that. And I'm not making fun of him at all. It's like Bobby's a smart guy, as much as we shit on him. He knows, but it's and I've watched him go through this, like the compulsion or the obsession, and he knows better.
Right.
Like, and I know better with certain things, and I still do them anyway. And what is this insanity that makes you keep doing this stuff, even though you know it's deadly for you?
I wish I knew what it was. I mean, especially when you're down and then you pull out a marker and then another marker and then the guy said you lose and you go home after that weekend and you're like, what the hell? Like you said, you just want to take that rape shower.
Yeah. It's got something to do with something your brain releases, dude. That fucking, what is it? The dopamine or whatever. Endorphins. There's some kind of a thing that releases, and it's all the same for drinking, drugs, food, fucking, gambling. It's all the same thing that's released in the brain.
It's definitely it's a big rush that does something to the brain.
Yeah.
Are you up or down?
I'm up. I'm up over the last couple of years. Nothing crazy, but I'm definitely up.
Wow, Jesus.
Everyone's up.
No matter who you ask, they're up. All right, brother.
See you,
Thank
buddy.
you.
All right, guys. Take care.
My sister-in-law is obese. It's not a disease. It's a choice. This guy lost 130 pounds and gained it right back. Eating is a habit. Has gotten down to 180 pounds, wants to ask Jimmy what it would be like if he had to take a drink every day.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy pretty much just said that. He can't imagine.
Exactly.
It's an addiction. I got extremely overweight and couldn't even wipe my own ass. I turned my addiction around.
Stop with the sex talk.
Dave in Pennsylvania. What's up, Dave?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, Dave.
So you're saying it's definitely a disease or an addiction?
No, it's not it's addiction. Just like anything else, man. You got to bottom out. You know, I got so fat, I couldn't even wipe my own ass. I almost dislocated my shoulder. That was a fucking wake-up call.
Oh, God.
How much did you get up to?
400 pounds. I think when I first hit 400 pounds, and they can't wipe their own ass, it's a life-changing experience, you know, and I'm down to like 250, feel great. You know, I battle with every day, like people with, you know, alcohol, drugs. It's just different people, you know. I mean, I did pot, coke, everything else, but you put a cheeseburger there, I'll take a cheeseburger over freaking coke or pot or heroin.
Yeah.
It's a disease. I mean, it's an addiction.
Well, all right, a couple questions. So when you're eating that cheeseburger, you know you don't want to eat the cheeseburger, but you can't help yourself?
Can't help yourself, man. You know, I go there, you're so hungry, I'll order 3 cheeseburgers, filled with the first one, but I got to shove the other 2 down because they taste so good.
See, when I eat bad for a meal, I guess, or a couple meals, I'm good. Then I'm done. I don't even think about it again for a while.
Bacon's
Like, I don't understand the people that they know they're eating bad, they get it over with, and they eat bad, but then the next day they got to eat bad again and continue. Like, to me, I almost am sick to my stomach. I'm glad I went and got the greasy cheeseburger and the fries and all that shit, but then I move on back to, you know, regular eating for me.
No, with me is, I mean, a cheeseburger or something else, I'm thinking about the next thing I'm going to make.
Wow.
You know, I'm thinking, I'll have, like, you know, veal parm in the oven cooking away. I don't have to make a sandwich because I'm so hungry.
Oh, shit.
And so I can eat that veal parm, and after I eat that veal parm, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have ice cream.
Sit down for a minute.
Right.
Holy fuck.
But all right, okay, so my other question is, how did you break this, I'll call it a cycle. How did you break the cycle where you realized, fuck, I'm done, I got to stop?
You know what? Eating little things at a time, going in and making a small decision. Like, I'll go in and, like, maybe, like, I'll have some crackers in the truck. I'm a truck driver. And I'll have that to calm down my hunger. So when I go someplace, I'll try to make a more sensible decision. But if I don't eat for a while, I get ravenous, and I just got to eat everything in sight.
You know,
and I know that's my personality.
But the weird thing is this, and this is where I kind of like, all right, people who will read, like, I've given them a lot of shit, but I saw somebody in the street the other day in our neighborhood. They were in like one of those fucking fat people, like, you know, like carts.
Scooter. Yeah.
And it was hot out, and this person was like 600 pounds. And I'm like, as much as I wanted to just grab them and go, fatty, 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 I'm like, who enjoys being this way? I really thought of that. I'm like, there's no way this person, as much as they're shoving bad stuff in there, is enjoying every donut they eat.
Yeah.
There's no way that person eats that donut and goes, this is delicious, life is good. Like, what inside of you is making you make what is such a miserable fucking choice every time? It's like, believe me, I love cake and donuts and all that stuff. But that's insanity. Like, to do something so fucking self-destructive that you're literally incapacitated, you can't walk. You're way beyond, you know, oh boy, fatty loves a good piece of cake. It's like, that's just a fucking self-destructive, that's like a shotgun blast.
Sounds like
you're
hell.
eating the bullets.
Yeah.
Sounds like hell.
Yeah.
Just on that
scooter.
scooter.
Thing like, you know, a heroin addict having a needle in their arm, waking up with a needle in their arm going, holy shit, what got me here, you know?
Yeah, I got to do this again.
Dave, and
I got to do this again. And they do. You know, they do it over and over again. But there's people that get, you know, I hate people that are sitting around in those chairs and just because they're fucking fat. I mean, you got to take control of your life, and, you know, I did. I mean, it had to be 400 pounds, which I wish it wasn't such a high weight. But all these people, it's just their own decision, and then they get weak.
Right.
Fuck it, you know, I'm 400 pounds screwed. This is where I'm going to be. You know, I got a disease, and they're blaming on that.
And Dave, finally, who wiped your ass?
Yeah.
I did it myself. I had to actually get a towel, wet towel that you dry yourself off with, and take it from my front to my back and go back and forth and get the shit all over the towel to clean my ass.
Get
Wow.
the fuck out of here.
So fucked up where it took me about a solid month and a half to get back to reaching my hand around. I mean, that was my huge incentive. Because it was.
Oh, my God.
Do you remember the first time you had to do that? Because there had to be a last time you wiped your ass successfully, and then a first time you needed the towel. Do you remember that first time?
Yes, I remember. I was reaching around, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? Did I hurt my shoulder? Or what's? I reached around so hard, I heard a snap in my shoulder. I had to go to the doctor because it was killing me and explain to him how I did it. And it was so fucking embarrassing. And he just told me, you got to lose weight. You know, I guess I pulled my shoulder out.
Yeah, when you need Tommy John surgery after a good shit, it's time to drop a few.
Wow, I've never heard of that towel thing before.
Yeah.
We've been doing this a long time. Something new.
Very embarrassing.
No kidding. Well, good for you that you figured some shit out there, Dave.
Okay, thanks. Hey, I enjoy you guys. Listen to you guys all the time.
Thanks,
all right,
Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Just going back and forth with that towel.
Oh, my God. Just get all your balls.
Just smearing shit everywhere. Oh, man. He's flossing his ass with a towel is what he's fucking doing.
Oh, we forgot to ask him, man. What do you do with the towel? Do you just throw it away? Is he washing them?
Yeah, were you going to put that in the hamper? I know. Oh. The guests coming over and showering. You got a towel? Oh my God. I could use.
I've never heard of that before.
Standing up like a sculpture. Hey, Eric, let me ask you. I mean, I'm not even making fun. No, I'm not making fun of you.
Oh,
you fucking eat a lot, and do you feel you have that compulsion? I'm not shitting on you.
Not to that degree.
No, of course not. But no, I don't mean to the towel.
There's times where it happens, yeah, but it's not like all the time. And it's not like fast food and cakes and sweets and stuff like that. It's regular food.
Oh, boy. He likes
Chicken,
his regular
steak,
food.
seafood, things like that.
Seafood, eat food.
Like, I think Roland's a food addict.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. And I think Roland will tell you that. I think he must know it. Right? I think Roland knows he's
coming in.
Oh, okay. He loves a good fucking
He does.
anything.
But do you regret, like, after because, like, you get made fun of on the show for it, do you regret after you've eaten something? Do you know, like, oh, that was a mistake, I wish I hadn't done it? You know, do you have that part of it?
Again, it's certain foods, because sometimes I'll eat something and I'll know it'll kill my stomach, and I'm aware of it, and I still ate it. And that's when you're just like, why did I know the consequence of this, why did I do that?
Erect just weeping. Why did I eat that?
Roland.
Yeah, delicious food, people, come on. Wasn't for us, people be out of business.
Oh. And people need to keep in mind it's delicious, right?
It is. Fuck anybody who wants a bad meal.
Do you think that you're an addict, though? Do you think you're addicted to it?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm addicted to good food, though.
To good food?
Yeah, I mean, if you take me to McDonald's, I'll say, what an asshole. Take me to like a nice steak restaurant. I go, that's a good guy.
I don't know. I've shared some Wendy's meals with you.
Oh.
But I just don't like it, though.
You still eat it.
You're kind of making my point. That's the crazy part. Some people, if you're doing it and not enjoying it, that's...
Right.
No, I just have, when they go, but I haven't been back in a while, though, since last year.
Like a social thing?
Yeah, it's like, I'll take a shitty burger.
Mm-hmm.
Then I know I'll shit it right out. That's Wendy's guarantee.
Yeah.
That's the Wendy's guarantee?
In one hole out the other.
That is just going to fucking drop right out of you.
Right, those calories don't count.
Nah, they don't count.
Or if I get stressed or sad, I go to my bakery, my little hubs, I call them.
Hubs.
What do people eat when they're stressed or sad?
It's that release, man. I think it's the same reason I'll jerk
cakes,
off.
Pies,
jerk off,
puddings.
You'll search that stuff out if you're a little sad.
Search it. I got people on my Rolodex. I just text them.
The way Roland is throwing himself into the food world, it's like me working around porn. Like, I certainly get it.
Oh,
like,
boy.
It's like there's jerk off shops all over the city. Whatever. That's exactly what it is. Like, he goes for a cupcake. I'll walk into a booth and we'll meet in the middle. We just won't shake hands.
It's like I know my bakery people. Like, oh, I had a hard day. They go, why don't you stop by? We got a little treat for you. I'm like, all right. So I go back in the kitchen. They go, look, we got a little pie.
A little pie sounds
Who doesn't
so
love
good.
a good treat?
I love a treat.
But, like, when you try to diet and then you end up going back to the treats, do you think it's a compulsion or...
You know, I mean, when you go to these people, like, hey, come to our restaurant, we're going to take care of you. And they throw all this food at you. Like, I'm full. Like, no, have a little bite.
I guess that's a different thing, too, because
it's like
Roland's got so many
though.
connections.
Opportunities,
and
yeah.
like, people are throwing stuff at him, and he's built this reputation as somebody...
As a foodie.
Who loves a delicious meal.
And plus, it's like culture, though. Like Mexicans, Italians, they feed you to death.
Mexicans.
They go, here, have something.
You doing your food show this weekend?
The 29th, I will.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those are always good.
The Corona King is coming in to...
What, the Cronut guy?
Wait, you got the Cronut guy?
Yeah.
But we can't get the Cronut guy?
Yeah, because we're bros.
The guy was, but he totally blew us off. He didn't do anything.
Is he bringing cronuts with him?
For me, yeah.
Jeez, we can't get a cronut.
Well, Fallon can't get, because Questlove texted a guy, too.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, you can wait in line.
That guy's really stupid, though, because...
The Cronut King's an asshole.
I love him.
You might be friends with him, but he's an asshole.
He's a dope.
He should be making a lot more, and he should be giving Jimmy Fallon a Cronut.
Because they're going to promote you for free in front of a million people.
He's just an asshole, because eventually the buzz is going to go away, and he's still got Cronuts to sell.
But he's working on a new dessert that he's going to announce on my show.
But he's fucking... he's overplaying his hand as this hard-to-get thing, and it's like, I could see if it's $500 meals, but it's a $4 Cronut or $5 Cronut.
Make a shitload.
It's amazing, though.
I'm sure it's good.
Strike while the iron is hot.
Dude, if Fallon wants to promote you,
right?
Or if
you get him
Bloomberg
a fucking Cronut.
You're a dummy to not accommodate that.
Right.
That's bad business. That's not being...
Mayor Bloomberg hates fat people, so I'm up.
Yeah, Bloomberg's irritating.
Yeah.
You know, he is irritating.
But I agree, though, with Fallon, that you should just give him whatever he wants. I like him. But the Cronut guy's coming by. I got a family barbecue. They're going to make me tons of pitmaster food, like hogs. They're going to barbecue a whole hog.
Nice.
Wow.
Right here in the studio. Great.
No, outside they're going to do it.
I know Lady Di.
I love that.
Lady Di. No, they wouldn't do it here. No.
Lady Di who answers jokes.
Yes.
Just amazing.
Oh, no,
I love how Roland took it from, do you have a food addiction? No, but I will tell you this, the Cronut Man is coming, as are the Pitmasters.
Yeah.
More importantly, we got another guy who wants to talk about wiping his ass. I knew this would lead to more people calling about wiping their ass.
Great.
Let's say hi to Joe in Indiana, it looks like.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, Indiana. Tell them he said hello or something.
Whoa. Okay, so I'm 6'7", and I weigh 470 plus pounds.
Wow, Jesus, that's a big boy
with giant dumps.
I'm a big motherfucker. I can wipe my own ass. I'm happy to report that I can still, in fact, wipe my own ass. I have gotten to the point where it's a little difficult to do the reach around. But for us fatties, there is a store called Living XL. Oh. Yes, they sell a product called the Bathroom Buddy.
Oh, we've heard about the Bathroom Buddy. We've done a break on it.
Which one was that? Was that on
the
a stick
with the little thing, and you put the paper in there, and then you press the thing, and it falls into the turlet. Yeah, you got to use a stick. The Bathroom Buddy.
Dude, aren't you tired of living like that, though? Like, wouldn't you like to be able to just do something that a child can do and just wipe your own ass?
Don't you want to snap the Bathroom Buddy in half and throw it in the wastebasket?
Dude, how good will that feel?
With your life?
To break it over your big giant leg.
Oh, we got it.
I do not want to live like this, period, ever. I didn't wake up one morning and was 470 pounds.
Right.
I'm basically chewing my way to my own grave.
Oh.
What weight do you think you should be? Like, you're a tall fuck, but what weight would you think would be good for you? Like 300?
Yeah. I was 300 when I played football back in high school, and even back then I was told to do push-aways from the table instead of push-ups.
Okay.
So I've been on a diet since I was 8, though. This wasn't like a problem that snuck up on me. And I think what a lot of people get confused about is whether this is an addiction or it's a disease. It's both. And it's a really complicated question.
Why don't you go to Overeaters Anonymous meetings?
Is there such a thing?
Oh yeah, there is. Look up on the internet. It's called Overeaters Anonymous. I've never been there. I've heard great things about it. OA. But seriously, there's meetings. They're free. They cost nothing. So why don't you just go there? And it's a lot of people who have food problems and give it a shot. I'm not kidding. They really works.
I'm just laughing.
We're laughing at the comfort wipe
thing.
We're watching
Isn't that the
commercial
one?
too.
To keep your dignity.
Right. Well, but you see how they make it look so easy, and then you push the button, and the toilet paper goes into the toilet. You know, the shit ends up all over that thing.
Yes, it does.
No matter what you do. The comfort wipe.
If I could only spend 5 minutes telling you what it's like to be this size and the amount of inhumane bullshit that I have to go through just to live my daily life, I don't want to be this way. I'm not suicidal or anything, but trust me, I've been to nutritionists. I've gotten all the way up to I'm going to have the gastric bypass, but the insurance won't cover it because it's not technically a disease, which it is technically now according to the AMA.
You know what, dude? Can I interrupt you for 1 second? I wonder if that will help a lot of fat people get that surgery. That might have been one of the problems. Maybe the insurance company is not classifying it, or because it's not classified a certain thing, insurance is not covering it. Like, they'd rather just have you drop dead. So maybe this will help a lot more people get that.
That's great. Higher premiums to pay for somebody's the fact that they can't control themselves. That's wonderful.
Well, you're already paying that higher premium.
Well, I know.
All right.
Because of diabetes. You can feel sorry for yourself. I hope you don't do that.
Once I get the diabetes, we're all fucked.
Try Overeaters Anonymous. Just look it up online and see if it works.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Good luck, man.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy.
All right.
What a big fat guy. Wow.
Yeah, it's a big dude.
If you're putting toilet paper on a stick and fucking, it's just, that's...
You don't think that's good?
The first time you have to do that should be like...
A wake-up call?
That's it. Yeah. Because, I can't wipe my ass.
If you're wiping your ass with a stick, you're really not getting it clean.
No.
Properly clean. You're always leaving a little dirt behind. That's going to make your ass a little swampy.
Need the... Yeah, you need that the articulated fingers to kind of, get all those nooks and crannies.
Yeah, get in there. You got to get in there.
You got to get in there. You can't do that with a stick.
No.
Fuck.
All right. I mean, there's plenty of phone calls. Maybe Jimmy will tackle this today on the show.
My advice showed this afternoon.
That's this afternoon.
This afternoon?
I meant
this morning.
Oh, I guess that's afternoon for us.
I always think it's the afternoon once we leave.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm an idiot.